Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Fight Pit Podcast, episode 12. Wrestlemania XL, the Kickoff Show. Now, obviously, this has been viral because of The Rock smacking Cody Rhodes.
Time to get hype.
Oh, yeah. Time to get hype. This was the show that was announced that it will not be Rock versus Roman. It will be Cody versus Roman at WrestleMania XL. And that is...
extra large.
Oh my god.
It actually stands for WrestleMania 40.
You are a doofus.
I'm not a doofus. Actually, I forget who said that. I think it was Big E.
It was Seth Rollins.
Was it Seth that called it extra large?
He was like, WrestleMania XL, WrestleMania extra large, WrestleMania 40. But, okay, yeah, basically we started the show off. Introduction, the panel, Pat McAfee, Big E, CM Punk, Michael Cole. And they just started off by saying, like, what will be announced tonight. Basically, you know, The Rock's going to come out, Cody's going to come out, Roman's going to come out, Seth Rollins is going to come out, Triple H is going to come out. All the main characters of WWE right now are going to be here. At least in this big, big main event match for WrestleMania XL. And this really does make it feel more important. I like that they did this kickoff show.
And
like, they haven't done this.
Not only the fact that they did the kickoff show, but the fact that they brought fans in is a huge thing, too. Because it makes it feel less of just an event, but it's a premium live event. It makes it feel like a pay-per-view. Like
when The Rock went over to Cody, that's a moment. That's like a WWE moment. That's like a Raw or SmackDown moment. That's not a press conference moment.
Top level.
But it is a press conference moment. This press conference, I really did like the setup of this.
Yeah.
But yeah, we basically, like, we're not going to go too in depth with everything. We're just going to talk about it, you know, Fight Pit podcast style.
Yeah.
The first thing, we had a little segment with Byron Saxton and Paul Heyman, and Byron was basically asking him, what's the mood of the tribal chief? And Paul Heyman gets so offended by the word mood.
What's his mood?
What's his mood?
What's his mood?
I'll tell you what his mood is. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like Cody. Cody's moment has passed.
I don't care which way it goes. All that matters is what the tribal chief wants.
Oh, yeah.
And then after he asked about his mood, and when the interview's done, Paul Heyman just goes in the locker room and be like, Tribal Chief, how is your mood? Byron Saxton wants to know.
That's pretty funny.
I was like, there's a reason Paul Heyman's the GOAT. There's a reason.
Yeah, then we had a little segment with Paul, Triple H, Levesque. And this was him basically another introduction to the show, just getting the crowd hype, like
describing the 40 years of WrestleMania.
Yeah,
hyping up WWE 2K24.
We had Hogan versus Andre. We had Stone Cold versus The Rock.
We had WrestleMania 1, Mr. T and Hulk Hogan versus Roddy Piper and Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
I mean, yeah, this is just a little introduction, and he said, "Are you ready?" Doom doom.
No, I said, are you ready?
Ding dong. Break it down! So, actually, starting off the show, we had Bianca Belair with a promo, and, you know, just a little promo package came on the screen describing the EST of WWE, and then she came out and she was basically talking, you can say this, she was talking about WrestleMania 37
with her moment with Sasha Banks. Name drop. Nobody honestly expected that because they were like, oh, she left the company on her own terms. Nobody wants to talk about her. No, she straight up name dropped Sasha Banks.
Then we had WrestleMania 38 with Becky Lynch.
Yeah, so she talked about WrestleMania 37 and how her and Sasha were the first two black women to ever main event WrestleMania. And then WrestleMania 38, I believe, she had a match with Asuka. Was that what it was? Or no, that was 39.
It was Becky.
38. No, it wasn't
WrestleMania.
It was it
WrestleMania 38?
Okay. Yeah, WrestleMania 38 with Becky. And how she came
39.
Then she came out with WrestleMania 38 with the title. And then how she went into WrestleMania 39 with the title, came out with the title. She was saying
I'm not going in this year, but I'm coming out champion.
This year is going to be different because I don't come in as a champion. But I'm going to figure out a way to create a moment for WrestleMania.
Yeah, and then
so
she talked about those WrestleMania moments, how she's the EST of WWE, and how she has a new show with Montez Ford called WWE in Love. And I actually love it. I do watch that. So I do recommend watching that. It is pretty cool. If you are fans of Bianca and Montez, which I am a very huge fan of both of them. I really want to see, just as a little side note, Montez Ford as world champion level status in the next coming years. Yeah, he's in a tag team with Angelo Dawkins right now. I really hope to see Angelo still make it in WWE, like in a singles run. But Montez Ford, like even in that show, it describes him slamming Otis was a huge moment for him because it really showed like this dude isn't just a high flyer. This dude is strong. This is a main event player. But, yeah, I recommend watching that. And what do you think about Montez possibly being a world champion?
I love the idea. I think it's a big possibility. He definitely has that aura about him. That
he does. He has the charisma. He obviously has the skill. He has the power.
Right, yeah.
He has the ambition.
I think he would be a really good world champion. I don't know if he'll be right now. I think
definitely not right now.
You give him maybe 2 or 3 more years and kind of build up that
Let him
status.
have his tag team with Angelo.
Yeah.
Like this is a great tag team.
Gradually break them apart without having to split them.
Right.
And kind of give them their own builds. But I think over time, if you give them a little bit of time, I think Montez can be really good.
I mean, Bianca's already on superstar level. Montez is just getting there.
Well, she kind of came into the game like that. Well, not really,
she did.
Still.
For real. But, Yeah, so it actually was announced that Bianca's going to be a part of the Elimination Chamber. And another woman who's going to be in the Elimination Chamber is Becky Lynch. And they basically just covered Rhea Ripley, had a promo package for Mami. And Rhea Ripley came out. She started having her promo. Whoever wins at Elimination Chamber, I don't care. I'll beat them all. And now,
I'm ready for whoever comes towards me.
Once she beats Nia Jax at Elimination Chamber, which obviously she's going to beat Nia Jax.
We all know.
But yeah, then Becky Lynch came out, and this is crazy. I'm pretty sure they have had a match before, or they've at least had a face-off, probably during the Survivor Series 2019 build-up.
Well, no, they've had a face-off this year multiple times.
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm talking about a singles match.
Okay,
I think they've had a singles match.
What you mean. Yeah.
But either way, this isn't Mommy. We haven't had the man versus Mommy. We've had NXT Rhea versus Becky. Possibly. I don't know. I'd have to look. But
we've never had these two different
personas.
These personas. Not even gimmicks. Personas.
Yeah.
Face off against each other. The best version of Becky Lynch versus the best version of Rhea Ripley.
And there was one really good line by Becky, and there was a lot of them. Just those auras going against each other was a moment. But she said, "I'm going to show Mommy how it feels to be a bottom."
And she said, "When I end up facing you at WrestleMania, I'm finally going to show what it's like for Mommy to be a bottom." I was like, what?
Mommy's always on top. Not if you're facing the man, Becky Lynch. Yeah, it was a good face-off. And then, but honestly, this stuff is kind of entertaining. Nobody's here for this. We are here for the main event, and this is basically Seth Rollins, The Rock, Cody Rhodes, and Roman Reigns. And yeah, we had Seth Rollins come out first. Whoa! So we had Seth Rollins. He came out and he was basically saying, WrestleMania XL, WrestleMania Extra Large, WrestleMania 40 is going to be the biggest WrestleMania of all, and I want to be in the main event against Cody Rhodes. Yeah, and that was basically it. And then he was like, yeah, I'm not able to make that decision. But I'm going to bring out...
Yeah, let's bring out the person who can make that decision. And then...
Cody Rhodes.
Roman Reigns just comes out. It's not what you some people probably expect that. But
he announced Cody Rhodes, and then Roman Reigns comes out he's basically saying, I'm the only one that can make this decision.
He said, Cody's taking too long. I don't need him to decide anymore. I get to choose who's going to be in the main event, and I choose...
And then he took a very long pause, very dramatic.
Kind of looks at Seth, kind of looks at Paul Heyman, and then he's like, I choose The Rock.
And the crowd goes ballistic.
Boo! Cody! We want Cody! And then from there...
Wait, no, it was, we want Cody, Rocky sucks. We want Cody, Rocky sucks.
Based on what I saw, that's not what they said. They said, we want Cody, no we don't, is what I saw.
Wait, really?
Apparently.
I don't know, I heard Rocky sucks.
I don't know.
Apparently,
I've been seeing stuff where apparently at one point the crowd said, no we don't, when it comes to we want Cody. But it probably was Rocky sucks. But after that... I believe
Seth Rollins kept saying, no, you don't get to make that decision. And then, speak of the devil, he shall appear.
Do you smell what the Rock is cooking? Boom, boom.
Dude, it would be awesome if he brought back his first entrance theme, because that was...
Hollywood Rock. Bring back Hollywood.
Yeah, Hollywood Rock instead of his first one.
He's coming.
I do like that. That is cool.
Dun, dun.
But yeah, The Rock comes out, and let me just say, I know these men... Like, in perspective, when you see them on the TV, like, they might seem smaller than they actually are in real life. These are huge men. So when I say this, take it with a grain of salt. But The Rock legitimately makes Roman Reigns kind of look small.
Yeah, he does.
I don't know what it... Like,
he does.
And he also just has that aura about him because he's Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And all he had to do, this is the great thing about him, he doesn't have to say a lot. All he did was show up. The crowd's already going crazy. And he just says... Now, do you think The Rock is going to beat Roman Reigns at the biggest main event of WrestleMania at WrestleMania 40? And the crowd's going ballistic, whatever. And then he says something else. I can't remember.
He says, would you like to see the Tribal Chief beat the People's Champion? Or would you like to see the People's Champion beat your Tribal Chief at WrestleMania in the biggest main event?
Here's the thing about it. The crowd is going crazy, but he's playing it. He knows.
Right.
That's all he has to say.
He is legit the best at manipulating the crowd. He knows what to do.
That's all he has to say, though. He doesn't have to say a lot. And, like, he knows that. And I don't know. It's just so cool. And then all he says is, like, he knows the crowd is, like, booing him. They don't want to see it. So then he says, but you have to know that this will be the biggest main event in all of WrestleMania history. And I'm going to be honest. I do want to see Cody, but it would be.
It would be, yeah. I mean, even if it doesn't happen at this year's WrestleMania, which I personally don't think it will, but I think they push it back.
I don't know. I think The Rock's too old. That's why this would be the perfect time.
I think they give him more time, is what I think.
I don't think he has more time. I don't think he will want to do this in a few years because he's already around his 50s.
I think the max is going to be WrestleMania.
This is the perfect dilemma because you want to see Cody, but at the same time,
you want to see
The Rock versus Roman is
such
insane.
A dream match.
It is a dream match.
I've been seeing this stuff around a lot. Like, people immediately, like, before this were like, we want Roman versus Rock. It's the biggest dream match of the decade.
This isn't just a dream match. This is literally the perfect scenario. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, global superstar, versus Roman Reigns, who has had one of the longest world championship reigns in all of wrestling history.
Right.
And on top of that, you have head of the table. Who's the head of the table? Is it The Rock or is it Roman Reigns? Not only are you fighting for the championship, but you're fighting for a tradition that is so, like, it's so precious.
Right.
It's something that has been in wrestling history for all of history.
Yeah.
Like, literally, this is a crazy matchup if it were to happen. However, Cody Rhodes won the Royal Rumble. And Cody Rhodes needs to finish his story. He is the main event player of WWE. Once Roman Reigns leaves, because he's a part-timer. Roman and The Rock, that's the only bad thing about if that were to happen.
Right.
There are part-timers. If Roman wins, okay, we have another year of the same shit. And that's not bad, necessarily.
I wouldn't mind it. They're probably going to have him beat Hogan's record if they have him.
I mean, I wouldn't mind it. It's just, I know some people would be upset about that. But what if The Rock wins? It'll be the same exact scenario.
Yeah.
The Rock has so many companies. He takes care of the XFL. He takes care of... Obviously, he's like on the board of WWE and UFC. Yeah. Plus, he's a movie star. Plus, he has his other stuff to do.
Right.
What do you think... Okay, defending this championship is just another thing to him.
Right.
It's just another huge thing.
Just another check off the list.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, he's going to wrestle every 3 months, if that. Like, I would be surprised. So, like, that's the only thing about it. It would be a crazy match, but the outcome of that is so stupid. If Cody Rhodes wins, however, guess what? You have another caliber level of like Seth Rollins, because Seth Rollins defends that championship as much as he can on a like a really thought out process. Like, he's not going to do it every week, but every 3 weeks, that's a fighting champion. Cody Rhodes would be that same exact way. So, yeah, that's the only reason. Like, I think that's what everything comes down to.
It depends on how things go and how they shift, depending on who stays champion, who becomes a champion, and how they go from WrestleMania, how they treat Rock and Roman.
Yeah.
As part-timers from this point.
But getting back to the main subject, The Rock brings up a huge... Like, this was really cool, this visual. This bloodline tree, and it has everybody. Like, these are all wrestlers, and it is kind of crazy to see how many Samoan wrestlers just in this one family, how many there are. That's insane. Huge. Like, it is legitimately, it brings perspective to, this isn't just Rock versus Roman. Right. This is, like, decade upon decade upon decade of history Samoans, leading to this match.
Decades upon decades of the Anoa'i family.
But yeah, Rock and Roman basically both say, whether you like it or not, this is the match. Yeah. They do a little handshake, whatever, and they're like, this is family.
Manipulating the crowd. He's like, whether you love it, what? Whether you hate it, what? Whether you like it, what? Whether you don't, what? This will be...
simple Rock speak. It doesn't matter what you think. Boo! Boo! A Rock
as much as I hate The Rock in this scenario, I'm like...
A Rock heel turn in 2024 is insane.
Not even just a Rock heel turn. A Rock heel turn into Hollywood Rock.
What universe are we living in?
I don't know. I don't know. Who would have thought we would have gotten Hollywood Rock in 2024?
Right.
Hollywood level
against
heel
Cody
turn
Rhodes.
Rock. Against Cody Rhodes.
Against the son of a
You get the biggest baby face in the entire WWE right now against heel Hollywood Rock in 2024 versus whenever that was. I don't even remember what time period of that was.
The son of a plumber.
For real.
But, yeah, Cody Rhodes comes out and he's like, this is bullshit! But they bleeped it out, obviously. But, yeah, Cody basically said to Roman, you do not get to make this match. I won the Royal Rumble.
I get to choose.
It is my distinction to choose the main event of WrestleMania. And
I have made my decision.
Well, and then he turned to The Rock and very respectfully just goes, now, Rock.
We've had many talks.
I've had many discussions.
Talks, and I've had many discussions.
But I have made my decision.
Stands up. Not stands up. He's already standing. He just sits there for a minute. He looks at Seth. Kind of gives him a glanced off look. He looks at Roman. He looks at Rock. He's turning towards Seth. And he's like, I choose you, Roman Reigns.
Everybody goes ballistic. And then that huge screen, it did have Rock and Roman.
And it changed from Roman to Cody.
Yeah, Roman and Cody. I thought that was
actually
really cool.
I don't think it changes until it switches back to Michael Cole. I think it stays the Rock until after the segment. But still, it eventually changes. But
that is really cool detail that they
added. Right. So from there, I believe Roman starts talking. I don't remember a lot of the stuff that Roman said.
Roman basically said, this is a done deal. This is the main event of WrestleMania. You're irrelevant, just like your father. And then Cody's like, oh, you put my father's name in vain many times. Let me do the same to yours. And he didn't even say anything.
If your grandfather was here, if the High Chief Rock's grandfather was here, he would be ashamed of you.
The thing is, Roman Reigns talked shit about Cody's dad. Cody just said that their father would be ashamed. He didn't say anything bad about them.
Apparently,
and then The Rock...
That just strikes the chord with Rock and Roman. Rock just, straight up big brothers Roman, just steps by him. He's like, when you talk about his family, you're talking about my family. When you're talking about his ancestors, you're talking about
my ancestors.
My ancestors. You're talking about his blood, you're talking about my blood.
So now we have a problem.
Everybody goes crazy. Seth tries to jump Rock, tries to jump Roman, and one thing I remember Seth saying, he said, just because you're the head of the board doesn't mean you get to do whatever You what?
Yes, the fuck we do. Yes, we do. That's what Rock said, literally.
That's literally what Rock said. It's like...
That's crazy.
Rock doesn't even have to say anything. He's just like, yes, I can.
But yeah,
yes,
that was basically...
Like,
yeah.
Bro, he just slapped the taste out of his mouth. Dang!
That was basically the end of that. Cody Rhodes went to the back. Seth Rollins went to the back. Roman and Rock stayed out there.
It's hilarious because they don't even say anything else. It just transitions back to the commentators. I'm like...
And then CM Punk obviously has to fucking chime in and he says, now if I was Cody and I got smacked like that, I would punch him in the mouth.
I don't care if he's my boss. I would still punch him in the face.
It looked like Cody Rhodes wanted to do that.
If you pay attention to the
he was
press
being
conference,
held back by Triple H.
Yeah, that too. But after he says that, you can see Rock in the background kind of looking at CM Punk.
Yeah,
He's just like,
that. What are you talking about?
You want me to come over there and beat you up too?
Honestly, whether CM Punk's a good fighter or not, that man stands on business.
I was like, bruh.
That man stands
Rock
on
literally
business.
wanted to go out there and knock the taste out of CM Punk's mouth.
For real.
I'm like, bruh. But, yeah, from there you go back to Michael Cole, CM Punk, Big E, and Pat McAfee, and they just start talking about, like, I don't know where it's going to go from here. Like, it's hard.
Well, they said, like, I guess it's official, Cody Rhodes versus Roman, but they weren't even sure.
Michael Cole just says, I guess it's official now.
I mean, it is
We're
official
gonna have
now.
Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, which... After this is all over, Triple H makes a post on Twitter and it says, it's official, we're going to have... No matter what happens, we're having Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania as the main event.
Well, we did have, afterwards, backstage, Triple H was back there with some ring announcer. I can't remember her name.
Jackie Redmond, that's what it is.
Oh, yeah.
Jackie Redmond, and they're kind of talking about how WrestleMania is going and what the plan is from here.
No, she says that was crazy what expired, or just not expired. Yeah, but what just transpired, and then he goes, well, yeah, with situations like these, everybody goes into business for themselves. A lot of egos ahead, and then the Rock
literally, as he says business for themselves, you just see Rock and Roman, Paul Heyman, Rock, and Roman come up, and Rock's like, you gotta fix this. You better fix this. I'm trying to think of
if you don't fix it, we will.
You don't fix it, we will.
And then Triple H says, you know that was out of line. And then,
what do you mean I was out of line? He was out of line.
I just have to say, this moment when The Rock was talking and Roman wasn't, like, I don't think it did belittle what Roman Reigns' status is, but it did really look like Roman Reigns was that little cousin.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell The Rock is that bigger cousin about to take care of business for every cousin.
And legit, he says, if you don't take care of it, we will. And if he says something about our family again, I'll slap the taste out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Or, not taste, teeth. I'll slap his teeth out of his mouth. I'm like... Bro, this just went full Attitude Era, unfiltered. I'm like,
and it's Triple H versus The Rock, which is crazy to think about.
Like, afterwards, they actually showed the uncensored version of it, of what he actually said. And I was like, yeah, we're going back to like Attitude Era level, like sort of events. It's crazy, like. Yeah. Triple H is cooking.
But, yeah, Roman basically said, you're lucky you were there, and Triple H says, awkwardly, yeah, you are too. But, yeah, Triple H went on SmackDown the next night and basically said, somebody's trying to play higher positions.
Somebody's trying to make decisions that are not on their level to make.
All I have to say, all the decisions come from one place, and you're looking at him. That's Triple H, Paul Levesque. And it's so... Dude, Vince McMahon had so much brilliance. He's just a horrible person.
Right.
Triple H has all of that brilliance, but he's morally right. He's morally righteous, or at least it seems. I don't know, with all these big wigs. They're all, like, a little weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
Obviously, Brock Lesnar's involved now, so maybe Triple H is, too. I don't know.
We'll see.
I hope not.
Hopefully not.
But
you can't lose him.
Yeah, anyway. Triple H is like a hero to me, at least.
But if you get the chance, you need to watch that SmackDown promo. Oh my goodness, it was so good.
If you haven't watched the Kickoff Show, watch it. Because
watch
it is
the Kickoff
awesome.
Show, watch Raw, watch SmackDown, watch everything dealing with that. Because
alright, and we will see you guys in the next one. This is a little short one, WrestleMania XL Kickoff Show, so that was pretty good. Up in it, we trying to get higher.
Put it back, I cooking a rack, me eating that pack of meal and a stopper, holding it down, pull up in the primary real, that just not faking the cap. Yeah, killing the trapper, coming back, I'll break new loose, keep up in the track. I'm feeling the beachy, burning, healing, marketing, typing, baking, screech. Don't clap in the sea, air track and pee, I'm master love, but fiend deep. I'm switching my game, take pass and see, even with my shot, no line to see.